thank you again for joining us for our Young Life virtual fundraiser. Mike and I want to focus this video on how our leaders and I and staff had to be creative in 2020 during the pandemic, and what we were hoping for as we move forward to 2021. With the shutdown, social distancing, and wearing masks, doing ministry was not easy, but our leaders were up for the challenge.
Our leaders stayed focused on God and the task of sharing the gospel. Whether on Zoom or in person, they prayed and planned out ways to reach teenagers. We are grateful for and impressed by their creativity and resolve.
What ways have we seen our Young Life leaders and staff be creative? In all of our ministries, obviously the weekly Zooms and weekly Zoom Bible studies were the way to go. And then when we could start meeting one-on-ones, we would still meet on Zoom one-on-ones with a kid or on the phone call. But when we could meet in person, we would just get together and talk about life and spend time with them in their world, just discussing how they're doing and to process their faith. And what a great way it was to connect teenagers and a leader together and discuss their faith. In Grand Island, we've offered outdoor Young Life clubs and pavilions and local campgrounds, and also we did it a few of them at our leaders' warehouse, and that was a lot of fun. We've done some service projects twice in December and January in Niagara Falls, serving local missions with kids and leaders. We've taken kids to corn mazes. In the fall, we've offered Bible study bonfires in backyards of teens' homes. In some communities, we did this a lot because it was a great way to connect with kids outdoors and to have a Bible study with them. We've delivered Christmas gifts to their house with a gospel message inside of it. We did that on Grand Island with 120 kids, and what a powerful way to let the kids know that we're thinking about them and praying for them.
In Tonawanda, we came up with an idea to take Young Life Club to teenagers. We would write up the club talk, including a small, piece of candy or a gift with it, and then deliver them right to their house. If we couldn't get to their home, we would mail it to them directly. We had games and activities in Niawanda Park. We had a tent put up next to our church, one of the churches in the community, and we had club out there when we could. I took a part-time job at O'Hara High School teaching so that I could meet some kids there, and hopefully in the future we'll start a ministry there. My wife Sue Ann met weekly with middle school kids for a Bible study, and they created a group theme and made t-shirts that expressed that theme, something positive in a difficult time. We did summer servants in the summer. We couldn't do overnight, but we had a day program where we went out into Niagara Falls for an entire week and served the people there. We just snuck El Salvador in February, right before the pandemic hit, and I'll be talking a little bit more about that for this year in the future.
Clarence, Williamsville, they were just as creative. They did outdoor activities weekly, sometimes weekly in the parks. They did ultimate frisbee and can jam and pick up football games. They did some cookouts. In the fall, they did some corn mazes and apple picking and pumpkin farms. And Thanksgiving time, though, they did a Friendsgiving where they each got a box from Chick-fil-A, and they had a Chick-fil-A meal and discussed things about their faith in God over the Thanksgiving time. And we have one leader in Clarence that decided, I'm just going to volunteer help coach at the high school team so I can meet kids and pray for them on a regular basis. And I hope you're getting a sense of the many creative ways our leaders served our teens in order to share Jesus Christ with them this year. So what about 2021? Besides continuing to do what we can in this pandemic with our outreach clubs and Bible studies and our one-on-ones with teens, we're hoping to take kids to our summer camp this year. Last year it was canceled. We hope this year we'll be able to take them there for 5 days if things get lifted. So we're hoping that will become a reality.
We also, like I said earlier, we have an opportunity, hopefully at the end of June, to go to El Salvador, provided that travel restrictions are lifted. We're planning on running summer servants again in August, minimally like we ran it last summer as a day program, but I've been in contact with the folks at Niagara University, and they're happy to have us if we're legally able to do that. There's also going to be a possible fall weekend this year at a brand new camp that we've checked out. So we're all looking forward to those things.
And lastly, we would love to try to start a new ministry, a new junior high or a high school ministry. And we're hoping maybe in the Niagara-Wheatfield area, we'll be able to do that and find some adults who say, gosh, I want to be on board. We want to help bring this ministry to that community. And the last big thing of 2021, we're hoping to hire a full-time staff person. John Myers was with us for 5 years and did a wonderful job directing and overseeing the ministry in the Clarence-Williamsville area. And as he moves on, he's taken on a full-time church job at his church at Restoration, and we wish him and his family well, but we also need to find his replacement. So if you could keep that in prayer, that'd be great. But one thing that does not and will not change heading into 2021 is our desire to find creative ways to share the gospel with teens. Mike and I will continue to be as creative as we can, and we are thankful for your willingness to watch this video and to possibly help us reach our financial goals. Thank you.